Hey there, fellow Factorians. Owners here with another episode of My First Megabase. Alright, last episode we crushed our steel problem. Look at this, we set up a complete steel production outpost from mining through to steel production. As you can see, it's just kicking along incredibly slowly and filling up here. We have no stockpile at all whatsoever. And over at our base, wherever we brought it in, we have a little bit of a stockpile, and that is just feeding straight in. This is what I hooked up off camera after we had a slight baby cry problem. I've still got this stack here feeding in, and I've put the input priority so that it will always feed in if required. And yeah, it looks like it's going. So there is definitely steel being used. As you can see, steel is nice and saturated all the way down the bus. So we have all the steel we could ever want. What we do not have, though, is red circuits. And red circuits are honestly just one of those things that is generally the bane of all existences when it comes to Factorio, because they are just incredibly slow and you need a bucket load of them. So let's see what we can do here. So this array that we have here has 2, 4, 6, 12 of these guys. As we can see, they produce one every 6 seconds. So we are producing 2 a second with each of these. So we are producing 4 a second. That is abysmal, isn't it? It's not even a 15 a second belt. But we would need 4 of these to actually make it a 1 a second. Crazy, isn't it? And that's also assuming that we actually have 1 a second crafting speed, which we don't yet, because here we go. Let's start by doing this. Make these guys our 1.2 crafting speed first. Alright, so now we have 1.25 crafting speed. We'll get slightly more than 2 a second. We will get 2.5 a second. Which will give us 5 a second here. So now I am just going to bite the bullet and copy. Big rock is in the way. Alright. So if that's 5 a second, this is 10 a second. Whew. Now, if we're just the other thing to look at actually, if we're doing 10 a second, we are going to be using 20 plastic a second and 50 copper plate a second. So we probably can't support this on yellow belts, and in fact our copper supply is probably going to die because we can only do 15 a second on half a red belt. So this setup is probably not going to work particularly well at this point. What we will do is hit it with the upgrade planner so that we can get it up to red belts. And I'm going to turn my bots off. Let the base bots take care of that. We will need to upgrade everything all the way back to the respective connection points. So that is over there for that one. It doesn't matter so much about this. We might as well get it somewhat looking alright. Alright, so let's get that one back as well, and then finally these guys are probably less of a concern. I mean, plastic's only on a yellow belt anyway. Alright, so now let's have a look at our copper. Are we... oh well, of course we're not actually running these, probably because I imagine we are out of assembly 3s. Where are they being stored? Yep. Yes, we are totally out of assembly 3s, so I guess we'll have to give it a helping hand, won't we? And let's just see how all that goes. We must have gotten out of the construction zone. We sure did. Alright, let's extend this like so, with a bit of power. Alright. So now, plastic. Plastic is dead. Wonderful. And this is just what we're going to have to start dealing with. Every time we expand something, something else is going to die. Alright, so let's have a look what's happened with our red circuits. They are flowing into science, they are flowing into blue chips, which are, yep. Anywho, let's just keep going with our search for upgrading. I am going to just give that to red so we can get maximum throughput out of there. Alright. It'd be nice to get some of these down to our mall here, but sadly those are just going to suck the life out of this very quickly. At least this section here will start to back up slowly, and we will get kind of half going down here, half down there. Alright. Anywho, plastic. What can we do to fix up plastic? Well, first of all, I think it's probably time we just upgraded this bus. This whole bus, I think, here. Alright, let's just begin with the bus. I don't want to actually do the crossings. There we go. There is all 4 of those lanes. Do these guys need upgrading as well? Yep, there is a little bit of yellow belt still there. And we'll do these as well, even though realistically that's just yellow belt and probably doesn't need to be anything else. Alright, I don't even know if coal needs to come down this far. Yes, well, now that we've got a red belt here, we are going to have to upgrade this section of plastic. So it actually looks like our plastic is producing pretty well. Yeah, just turret alerts, it's all good. So while our bots are off doing that, look at them pumping out some recharge. Let's see if we can increase production here. So belt has 30 a second. Each one of these produces 2 a second, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. So that is a yellow belt. We will want to extend that so that we have a red belt, like so. And that will give us a red belt of production. Oh, and we forgot about this bit here. There we go. Alright. Don't need that. And I am just going to make that red. There we go. So once all that gets laid down, we will have the capacity to do a red belt of production. The real question will then be whether we now have the petroleum to do it. So our petroleum is currently backed up, which is great. We have our cracking system set, so everything is going into petroleum, and hopefully this isn't going to kill us. Looks like it is very slowly killing it. Well, that's okay. Again, this will hopefully back up the plastic, and once this all backs up, which it is now, we can see production will slow down and it just becomes that section that is working. Alright, yep. And there we go, okay. And that will naturally just slow down our petroleum use. So for now, I think that is okay. Alright, what is our next bottleneck? Be nice to get a full red belt of green circuits, wouldn't it? Somewhere along the way, I feel like we probably want to get a little bit more through here, like so. Get a full red belt of that in, and a full red belt of those in as well. Ooh, man, this is where things start to get a little bit dicey. Alright, let's have a look at what these are producing. These are producing 2 a second, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that is a red belt. Why are we not actually filling a red belt? Probably because this needs to be updated to these guys. Alright, let's hit it with the old upgrade planner, and we're probably going to have to enable our bots for this to actually work. And there we go. Alright. So now we have a full red belt of green circuits, and as we can see, our copper is just beginning to struggle a little bit. That's okay. We can live with that. For now, our green circuits are looking like they're keeping up with everything. They're not making it out to the red circuits. Alright. So that is one of the problems with our red circuits. And yeah, red circuits are backed up on our blue chips, but now green chips are killing it. Alright, so what can we do for green chips? Well, honestly, I think we are at capacity for our little base here. If we put in another lane of green chips here, we are just going to totally destroy any chance of that actually looking decent. So we need to think about what we can do to create green chips elsewhere. Now, green chips, they require copper and iron. So is there anywhere that has iron and copper close together? That's kind of the dream. Not really, I say, not really. We could kind of do something here, but even that is just not enough. So I think we're going to have to start thinking about some outposts to bring some more copper ore in. And maybe we'll do a copper smelting outpost here. So we'll mine these two patches and set up our smelting arrays here to produce copper plate. And we'll think about doing some iron plate smelting over here, which isn't the nicest spot because there's only one bit of iron ore. Actually down here, this is probably the area we need to grab for iron plate smelting. And that might be a land grab in of itself. But we could probably go and do that land grab now, I reckon. I reckon we could. Let's clean up our inventory. And alright, let's just get rid of some of this trash that we do no longer need. I'm actually going to just auto trash a stack of those. We don't actually need any of these on us. Fuel, we'll keep one stack of that. Miners, for now we actually don't need. We don't need the miners because we will. Yes, we will be using that later, but not while we're doing the building phase. All right, so we do need a whole heap of track. Let's make sure we don't have any of those in our inventory at all. Alright, so I think we need probably 1,000 track, quite easily 1,000 track. We will need a couple of stations. We have a couple of stations, that's good. A carriage, alright, so we need some defences. We will need 400 of those and 1,000 walls. Alright, and roboports. We'll need a fair few roboports. Let's there we go. Let's change that up to 30. Alright, now if I can make my way down here to ease their burden. We're going to try a little different method of pushing out these guys. And once that's done, I'm actually going to increase our laser turrets because what I want to do is do some turret creep. Turret creep with lasers is fantastic. And actually, whoa, yeah, before we even do that, we could think about upgrading our armor, certainly to that. Let's do this. Alright, so I think this will be our probably what we're going to do now. So let's get some steel plate. I know we've got a heap in storage, so we might as well use it. What do we need? Steel plate. We need blue chips. That's going to be a problem. And 20 engine units. Electric engines. Alright. I think we've got them in a box somewhere as well. Yes, we do. Alright. And yep, we've got our steel coming. We've got that coming. And let's just see what's happening with our blue chips. As expected, our blue chips are kind of pathetic. So what I'm going to do is totally ruin our science here in the sake of having some blue chips going into a box. And that will be 100 of them. Alright, so we have enough of that. Enough of that. We just want blue chips 40, and that would give us Power Armor Mark 1, which has a bigger area. Oh boy. Alright. Now, what can we do to actually make this semi-reasonable? Well, we can pop some green chips in here, because that is the limiting factor. Hopefully that will get a few blue chips going. But we're actually going to need 200 if we want to make fusion reactors, which we definitely do. Mark II roboports need them as well. Oh boy. So many things need it. And so do batteries Mark II as well. About that, just turn the microphone off as I do a huge sneeze. Okay. Whew, okay, I am not going to worry about getting our armor up and running just yet, because we need to stockpile our blue chips much greater quantity, so we can do what we want to do. Alright, well, let's just go out and perform our little expansion with what we have. So, we have rail signals, do we? I might grab some more rail signals. We tend to use a fair few of those as we're going along. And, alright, we are pretty full up of stuff. So, let's jump in here. Let us fuel up this guy and head down here. Alright, so what we want to do is probably take sort of something like that. Well, really we just want to get out here, so that's what I'm going to do. Maybe now's not the time to be pushing for taking this whole bit of land. Maybe we can just build a little outpost here, which is alright. Okay, so where can we extend this to? There. Cool. Let's temporarily destroy our defenses. Now what I want to do is set up something like this and copy that. Alright. So let's pick those back up. And now, can we do this? Alright, there's some guys there, so let's paste down one of these work bots. Alright, and another one here. And another one here. And another one here. And we just got to keep dodging because it doesn't take much. There we go, for our pathetic little body to die. Alright, so now I'll get out the deconstruction planner. Will I? Yes. We'll just do that. Alright. We'll pick all these up. And some of those are actually damaged, so let's pop those down and get them repaired. Alright, let's pick these up again. and continue on our merry way. It's getting really dark here. Alright, so that was a tiny little base, and as you see, it wasn't particularly easy. We are going to face some bigger bases along here, and things are going to get a little tougher. So I'm going to put down a little defensive perimeter there, and there, and there, and there. Oh man, as we can see, the worms are really starting to hurt us. Now the thing you got to remember is worm range is actually quite large, and generally greater than our laser turret range. So you got to make sure that you place them close enough that they'll actually damage the worms. But I call that a success. Alright. And we can trash that. Wonderful. Let's go out this direction. Take out this little base over here. I don't know if this is really what we should be doing, honestly. Oh man, they did not like that. See, I'm getting ready. Alright, I reckon that's probably not going to be powered up if I do that. Alright, they get some of the worms, and we can get some more worms there. And there we go. Alright, nice and easy, even with our limited ability to have worker robots with just our modular armor and a couple of basic roboports. Excellent. Alright. Yeah, I just feel like this is not going to be what I need to be doing. It was fun, and it was a nice little thing to see, but I think we need to think about probably using artillery to clear out some of these areas. And really what it comes down to is we just need to expand our production of things in our base. How's our power looking actually? Yeah, as you can see, it takes us a long time to charge our accumulators, so we are running out of power. You know what? The other thing we haven't checked lately, don't need you picking that up. Alright, we haven't checked our uranium. How much uranium-235 have we collected? Alright, some lasers doing some work. See, they're still not getting to damage anything here, so that's good. We have 48 uranium-235. Oh, that is beautiful. Alright. So, well, there's our train there. We can just jump back in it. I want to get Cobra-X started. We might do that next episode. This episode, I think we need to be... Let's drop that down to a more reasonable amount. We'll get one stack of that. We'll get one stack of that. Alright. And these can go back from whence they came. And yeah, we'll go back to 200 of that. Alright. That was fun to sort of run out and try it. Oh, hey! Look at that. Our first bit of armor. Next up, we want to look at getting some personal batteries. We probably want 2 Mark II personal batteries in our new suit. And to do that, we will need 10 of these. So we have 5. We need to build another 5 of these. So we need 25 batteries. And we need 50 steel plate. Alright, and we need 30 processing units. We've got 40 already. Alright, So let's create those. And we will have that. We just need some low density structures which should be floating around one of these sciences. Yellow science is... where do we put yellow science? Over here? Yep. Alright, let's get a little box. Where's our filter inserter? And another box. Let's grab there. Alright, and you're going to grab low density structures. They stack in 10s, so let's get 50 of those in a box. Let's actually get 100. Alright, so we have enough of those, we're building those, and we need 10 of these. Wonderful. 10 of those. Alright. Why do we have 6 already? Not sure what's going on there. Alright, let's get for that. So that should be enough of everything for there. Alright, so let's pop that back. Let's get everything out of here. And we will equip that. Great. See, we've got a little bit more area and we have slightly more inventory bonus. This has an inventory bonus of 10 and 5x5 grid. This is a 7x7 grid and 20 bonus. So we get an additional 10 inventory, as we can see here. Why do I have no guns? Did I drop my gun somewhere? Oh, that's sad, isn't it? Alright, let's pop our robots down there again. And that is not connected to the network somehow. Where's my roboports? Alright, we can pop one here. Beautiful. So I don't need you anymore. And I still need you because we haven't got any fusion reactors and won't have for a while. But we can make one of these. Where did all my batteries go? They're not still in here, are they? We don't have any batteries in storage. Did I auto-trash them? No. I could sworn I made 5 batteries. We have none in storage. Alright. Are they... did they go in here? Nope. Did I not get them out of my regular armour? Let's just see if it's still in here. That would have been careless of me at best. No. Okay, looks like we need to create more of these for some reason. I could have sworn we had 5 and 5. These don't need 10 batteries. Oh, they do. They need 10 batteries. That's why. Alright, so we need more batteries. We'll need to make 6 more. So we need 30 of these. And 60 steel plate. We have no steel plate in storage, so let's grab some off the bus. Alright. So we need that. We have everything else we need for another Mark II battery. Alright. But let's pop that in and all of those in for now. And we'll pop those back in too. Alright. But we will get 2 fusion reactors, and we're going to need more roboports as well, so we might as well do something along that way. And grab some of this back to... oh, that's right. Auto trash, lovely. Okay, we're out of batteries. Grab some batteries here. And we need another steel plate. Let's make... we've got a heap of iron plate in storage, so let's just do that. Alright. And keep it going, we're out of steel. So the reason why I'm making so many of these is because we need 5 for a Mark II. So we will have it going. Alright, we have had some damage here, so we need to boost our defenses here. So it kills them before they get closer. And that'll keep the defenses going a little bit longer. Okay, so we now have enough to craft another Mark II battery. So we'll have 2 of these. We're going to need probably more solar panels. Well, we actually don't need more solar panels because I really want to get to fusion reactors. Let's see how many blue circuits we have in the system. Well, we almost have enough for a fusion reactor. That is pretty exciting. I am going to grab these guys. And look at that. We have a fusion reactor. Excellent. Okay, now things are starting to look up for our roboport. Once we get a fusion reactor, we can ditch these guys. We'll have the 2 batteries for some temporary charging power. I'd like to get a second fusion reactor, but honestly the requirement for blue chips is quite the killer. We could start doing some of these modules, and I'll probably do that off camera. No, we'll set it up. I think this is a worthy kind of so some worthy spending of our time, getting our personal equipment a bit more up to scratch, because honestly we've been neglecting it for a long time. We've just been running around with modular armour and all this useless kind of stuff. But so now we will be getting a lot more of this. Alright. How can we fit all this in is going to be the question, because we're going to use a big chunk for that. Sure are. Okay, we no longer need these guys in here. We'll want this second battery in here as well. Alright, how about something like this? And then all our roboports in. We just missed one. Okay, pretty happy with that. We now have 50, we can now support 50 robots. Hey, excellent. So let's grab another 2 robots. Alright, you, and let's get rid of the excess. There we go. Oh, we still have more robots to get rid of. Alright. Wow, construction robots are full as a goo. Alright, I am very happy with that. We now have fusion reactor, our 5 roboports. One thing to note with the roboports, which is really cool, is the coverage area increases depending on the number of roboports you have. So as you can see now, the coverage for our robots is way higher. Awesome. Alright. I'm pretty happy with that. I think we'll call it there. Next episode, we might... I'll have a think about it over the break, whether we want to equip ourselves even better with some Mark II roboports and another fusion reactor, which is going to require a bit more resource focus. Or we could think about getting some copper smelting and iron plate smelting happening to really boost up our production, which is honestly the better option, isn't it? Maybe we can support some laser defense units. Yeah, we probably can. Alright, that's something to think about. And I will see you next episode. As always though, leave your comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how we're doing and what our next steps should be. Thanks, and see you next time.